You're staring at your to-do list, completely frozen. You know the feeling. The feeling of making the wrong move. The feeling like that. The feeling of making the wrong move, that every decision is a life or death decision. You feel as if you are stuck in mud. And this feeling, it has a name. It's called analysis paralysis. And it's what happens when you overthink a situation so much that you just end up making the wrong move and your progress comes to a complete and utter halt. Now, it doesn't have to be this way. What if I could give you a solution? One that is so simple yet so profound and only takes 120 seconds to use. But its power actually lies in its ability to flip the action trigger within your mind. Now, before I give that to you, let's talk about the 3 reasons why this happens to you in the first place. The first reason that we get stuck is the fear of failure. For whatever reason, we tend to have like our outcomes are attached to our identity as a person. And we feel as if we do this thing and it doesn't work out, then we then ourselves are failures, or we're just plain afraid to appear to be incompetent in public. One thing that I've learned is that it's not that we fear failure, it's that we fear failure in public. It's one thing to try and do a kickflip on a skateboard in the comfort of your home by yourself. It's an entirely different thing to try and do that same move in public in front of your friends. The first thing is the fear of failure. And it's like, it really just boils down to like the fear of appearing to be incompetent in front of other people. The second reason we get paralyzed is just perfectionism. We are essentially hunting for the magic path forward, the magic solution that's going to take us from point A to point B like that, without failure on the first go. But the sad reality is that just does not exist. That does not happen. Success is a game of iteration. It's all about beginning imperfectly from the get and then cleaning the mess up as we go. The third reason, I call this info obesity. We are overloaded with too many decisions on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I got to pick this color out. I got to pick this thumbnail. I got to write, maybe you should write the email like this or write it like that. You have too much going on in your head, and so you feel overwhelmed. It's like having 1,000 browser tabs open in your computer, and the system just either slows down or it completely freezes. This cycle convinces you that you just can't get any work done. And the sad thing about this is that the longer you stay here, the worse it will get. So how do we fight back? We fight back with what I call the 2-minute rule. And it actually builds upon David Allen's book, David Allen's philosophy of taking tasks and breaking it down into smaller chunks that we can act upon. The idea of it is this here. You just pick one task and you focus on it. You go all in on it for 120 seconds. And the thing about this is crazy is because when you do this, momentum kicks in. And I love it because it follows Isaac Newton's first law of motion, which is an object at rest tends to stay at rest, or an object in motion tends to stay in motion. So if you want to get moving, you have to act and then let momentum kick in, and then it's easier to just keep going. So how do we do this? There is 3 core steps. There's 3 pieces to this that I use. The first is the 30-second decision. So like the first major wall, the first thing that really holds us up is it's choosing the task in the first place. It's trying to figure out what it is that I need to be doing right now anyway. And so like, if you are paralyzed, if you're just completely stuck, don't worry about like, what's the best thing to do. Like the thing to do is to just move. I love how Alex Hormozy, he said it. He said, some things are better than others, but doing something is better than doing nothing. I paraphrased, but that's the general idea. The general idea is that doing something is always better than doing nothing. So you just pick a task. If you got to do it blindfolded with your eyes closed, just pick something and then go. The second is the 120-second action burst. It's taking whatever task it is that you picked and then just going all in on it for 120 seconds. No distractions. You just go all in on it for 2 straight minutes. That's it. The third, what will happen every single time is when you do this, when you pick that task and you go all in on it for 2 minutes, momentum will kick in and it'll carry you the way. What you'll find is that it's actually harder to stop. Momentum kicks in and it's harder to stop. You'll just want to keep going. You want to keep doing the task. And that's when the rest of your work session will just take over. And so this trains your mind. This changes your identity from someone who believes that they are an overthinker and turns you into somebody who believes themselves to be an action taker, which in and of itself is so powerful. So you can take this and apply it to anywhere. So if your goal is to start going to the gym consistently and you struggle to get up in the morning to do the thing, why not just get up and instead of focusing on the entirety of your workout, just focus on doing 3 to 5 minutes of the workout. You're not stuck at the 2-minute thing. Just focus on doing 3 to 5 minutes of the workout. If your goal is to read a book, why not just focus on just reading 2 or 3 pages of the book? Don't focus on getting down to 5, 6, 7 chapters from now. Just focus on reading 2 to 3 pages. If your goal is to build this big YouTube channel and make more YouTube videos, why not just focus on making 1 or 2 thumbnails? Just make a thumbnail. That's it. Just start there. And so I love this saying, this way of thinking about it from the hiking world and mountains and stuff. They have this saying don't focus on the summit, watch your feet. Don't focus on the summit, watch your feet, which is it's rather than staring at the base of the mountain and peering up at the top where it's the easiest to get overwhelmed and get stuck, just focus on the work on the table. Just focus on your feet and taking 1 step at a time. You do this and things become much more digestible. So the power of this whole thing lies not in just thinking about it, because that's just another form of analysis paralysis that defeats the whole point of this. You have to actually take this and then do it. So I have a challenge for you. Do it now. Whatever the thing is that you are actively working on or want to work on, break it down into the smallest piece, commit to doing it for just 2 minutes, and then let momentum carry you through the rest of the way. Try it now.